It's Saturday the 2nd of August 2020 and I'm in the East Dunes of the Hague in the Netherlands once again for a longish run. I'm now tapering, got 2 weeks to go to the Dorst Ooser marathon, trail marathon in the south of England through the hills. I think training's gone well. I was really pleased with my 20 miler last weekend. Fortunately this week, a bit of a snag on Thursday. I was out for a kind of slowish 10 kilometre run, and fortunately I tripped and fell and did a complete Superman, and finishing off with a nice face plant as well, which wasn't clever. It was made all the worse because I was on tarmac at the time, so I got a little bit, I'll just show you, just got a little bit bruised and bumped and grazed, so I'm just recovering from that. So that's part of the reason, part of the purpose for this run is a bit of a recovery run, so not too stiff, just a little bit sore. Yeah, so that's one of the problems when you run on tracks that may be nice and flat, although this one wasn't. It was actually, looked back and realised it was where roots had bumped up the tarmac, but yeah, when you tend to come down, you come down hard, and of course tarmac is a pretty effective brake against skin, and there's only going to be one victor out of that lot. Anyway, so I'll see how today goes. This is part of my tapering, so I had planned to do about an 18 or 19k today. So it goes pretty warm. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's already well into the mid-20s and pretty humid. There were some thunderstorms last night. It reached 32 degrees yesterday, so 32 Celsius, so pretty hot all in all. So just see how this goes. I'm about 9k into the run. A bit difficult to tell because I haven't got my watch now, so I smashed my watch. It was still working, but the face was all compromised, had a hole in it and was fractured. So I've sent it off to a local guy to mend. I'll let you know how that goes. Actually, it's always good to know about people who can mend specialist watches. So that means my pace is auto-shot because I don't know what pace I'm doing. Right. And as I say, I'm estimating my distance really from having run this trail so many times, although I'm doing some adaptations today rather than doing it as a full circuit, kind of going around almost all the way until I hit a little bit of tarmac, and then rather than run on tarmac back, I've kind of doubled back on myself around the Meijendel loop. So yeah, in fact that's me, the walk phase up now. So I'm trying walk runners, particularly because of the conditions today, but also to give it another try. So I tried walk run last weekend. I didn't try it, I did it for that 20 miler. I was only slightly slower than what I've been on that route before, but it was, you know, really rainy, driving wind day, so I think I did probably near to, or maybe 5 minutes over what I normally do for that. But I felt so much better afterwards. I felt I could have kept going. I wasn't dehydrated. I was recovered. I could have gone for a run the following day. I actually left it 2 days like I normally do, have me 2 days of rest and then run. So that's definitely one for, so I'm going to integrate that more into my training schedules on the longer runs, just so that I have that in my bag if I need if the conditions change. So for example, the Ooser Marathon is going to be in August now rather than the end of March. End of March would have been nice and cool, would have hopefully been ideal running weather actually, Whereas August in Dorset, you've got no idea. It could be 20 degrees, it could be drizzling, it could be like it was last year, over 30, and actually getting towards the point of being dangerous. So in August, because I actually ran part of the beautiful Purbeck coast last year, and that was absolutely beat me up. I'd only done 10k. It really does beat you up, that hot weather. So anyway, so that's a good tactic to have in the bag, and I know that I didn't have any grumbles. I'd had slight knee pain coming into that and didn't have any recurrence of that. So yeah, definitely one keep in the repertoire, try and improve on. I've got to quicken up the walking phase of that. So anyway, so I must be getting close to the 10k mark now. There's another runner, and I'll probably make this about 16k, I think, given the conditions today. So, and take it easy, there's no point. That was my adage now. Taper my runs, gradually reduce the length for the next 2 weeks, and not get injured. Of course, what did I do? Got injured, but not too bad. So here we go. Okay, so I think about 11 kilometres in now. I'm just trying to judge by distance. We're doing a little loop towards the beach, kind of halfway point to Wassenaar, and I'm going to head back to the Hague. So it shouldn't take me much longer. I think I'll do about another 30 minutes or so. So far so good. It's definitely getting hotter, so it's a good job I set out reasonably early. I probably could have done with setting out even an hour earlier than I did. As you can see here, nice soft sand trails, really good for exercise, because you burn a lot more calories and exercise your muscles a lot more on these sorts of trails. So yeah, about 3/4 of the way into the run now. I'll limit it to 2 hours definitely. I'll have to work out what distance I've done a little bit later. Okay, I'm back at the entrance to the East Dunes on the Shravian side. So that's my 2 hours done, or just over 2 hours. So when I get home, I'll work out what I've actually done in terms of distance, although, you know, the objective today was just to stay out for about 2 hours. And yeah, so all the runs will be reduced now until the marathon. There's no point doing yourself in. Anything you've trained for, you've got your muscles conditioned for, are going to stay for kind of up to 4 to 6 weeks. So should be right. Right, sweat running in my eyes now, and in all my grazes and my cuts. So it's time to say bye, and I'll catch you next time.